I finally got my hands on the pre-alpha demo of Everspace 2, and today I'm going to give you my first impression of the game. Hello ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to Everspace 2, a game that was recently backed on Kickstarter, and today I'm going to take a look at the pre-alpha demo. So this is obviously very early stages of the game, and it's far from a finished product, but I still want to go over the game. Let's talk about what's there, what's missing, and in which directions I hope the game is going to go from here. Before we do that, I should say that this video is not a sponsored video. I backed the game on Kickstarter, which is why I got access to the demo. So this is not something that's been paid for by the developers, meaning that I can give you guys a 100% independent review of the game. So in case you're not familiar with the game, I think the best way I could describe it quickly is kind of like a looter shooter in game, right? You fly around, you collect modules and weapons to upgrade your ships. But it's not just a fly around and shoot bad guys kind of game. That's almost feels like a secondary thing in the game. There's a lot of small puzzles and hidden caves and rooms you can fly around and explore and try to, well, solve the puzzle so you can get in and get your hands on the loot inside. But first I want to talk about the graphics and the art style in the game. I absolutely love it. As you can see here, the colors are very vibrant, and I think that fits the game quite well. The game doesn't try to hide itself as a space sim. It's very honest about what it is, and it shows in the graphics as well. This is more of an arcadey thing. It doesn't try to be realistic in terms of size or how the planets or stars look or anything along those lines. Let's talk about the gameplay. As I said, this is not just a shoot guys, collect loot, upgrade ship, rinse and repeat kind of game. There's a lot more to do in the game. There are like base attack missions where you can go and you have to disable various modules and turrets on the base so you can unlock almost like what you would expect from like an MMO, that you go through different stages and eventually get to a boss fight at the end. Those kind of things. There are hidden puzzles where you have to go and do some different things and bring some like different objects and fly around with them and deliver them to various locations to unlock and open things, allowing you to get in to caves, and also just caves that are outright just hidden. Not really puzzle to get in, the entrance is just really well hidden and not something you will easily spot. An example of this is one of those quests where there are these shadow creatures that hide on the dark side of asteroids, and there will often be two of them in the same zone. You pick up one, and your job is now to transport this shadow creature to the other one, but you can't fly into the sunlight, so you have to constantly try to figure out how can I get from one location to the next while always staying in cover behind stations or asteroids or whatever you have of options. It's quite fun and really challenges your three-dimensional awareness of what's going on around you. All the small puzzles, I think that's what intrigued me the most, but it might be that if you go and play the game, if you're more focused around the combat part, that might seem like the main focus, and all the small puzzles are just a side thing that you maybe do from time to time. But for me at least, it seems like combat is almost a secondary thing. It can at least be a secondary focus in the game. If there's one thing I would like to see them add to the game in the future, it is more handcrafted missions, some larger missions. You see, as it is right now, if I want to go and do a specific activity, whether that be puzzle solving, mining, or just straight out combat, well, I have to go and I have to look for it. I have to jump into sectors and hope that I stumble upon those activities. In a game like this that doesn't necessarily focus around being a realistic space sim, I would really like if I just had the opportunity to go to a known location where I could pick up missions or something like that, and then have longer missions that maybe takes, 20 minutes, half an hour to solve or to complete. That would then focus around a specific activity, so that I know if I picked up this mission, I know which kind of activities I would be going out doing for the next 20 minutes or half an hour, or however long the mission would take. I know the game is in a very early stage, and this might very well be something that they're already planning to add to the game later on down the road. Let's talk about the ships and the equipment in the game. Currently there are 3 different ships in the game. I tried them out and they didn't, to be honest, feel that different to me. I would definitely like to see more variations in the different ship types than there is right now. They are aesthetically different, they look different, but the feel when you fly them wasn't that different. I wouldn't mind seeing some very heavy, slow ships with big armor or big shields that was really difficult to take down. or more options to customize weapons and internals. Right now you have shields, you have armor, and you have hull. Maybe I want to do a armor tank, and I want to focus around that and just completely ditch my shield. Give me a little bit more of a build, so it's not just which one gives the most damage and fit that on. Now I feel like I can't really do a review of a game today without mentioning the game developers themselves. Everspace 2 is developed by Rockfish Games, and I've been keeping an eye on them and the game pretty much since August, when the game was showed off at Gamescom. And I noticed especially during the Kickstarter campaign, they were very active with posting information about the game and updates, and did lots of live streams. And you could kind of fear that would begin to die out after the Kickstarter has ended and was successfully funded. It hasn't really. They're still posting a lot. They're still doing a lot of live streams where they both showcase like what's in the game, and they talk about what's coming in the game, and they take questions from people. So they definitely seem very, very passionate about the game, and they seem like they really want to have feedback from the community. I got a chance to talk to one of their community ambassadors at Gamescom, and the game is a single player game, and I asked about what about multiplayer, if that's something you're planning, and they said no, not at the moment, but if it's something the community really, really wants, well, then it's something they would look into. And I've seen this kind of response on multiple occasions where they say, well, we are planning to go in this direction, but we are still very open to suggestions. If you guys really want us to go in the complete opposite direction, then we are open to listen. So it definitely seems like that Rockfish Games is, well, very passionate about the game, and also they really want to have the community on board as part of the development process. One thing is for sure, I will definitely be keeping my eye on this game. And if you want to do the same, you should go down, you should hit the subscribe button, as I'll be posting videos and updates as new stuff becomes available, doing alpha and beta tests, and all the way up to launch. Thanks a lot for watching, guys. I really hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, give it a like, and until next time, I'll see you guys in space.